said he not giving out the SNAP benefits. The court said he had to give them out, but he not giving them out. You wanna know why? He spent the money. He spent the money between Argentina, the ballroom, just his lavish Halloween party. He spent that money. That money going, y'all. Oh my goodness. I can't believe the situation we in. Actually, I can. I can't believe the situation that we in, but it's going to be all right. I'm just happy that my people, I'm so proud of us that we remain calm. We didn't give them what they wanted. Nobody went out there and, blew up the Walmart. There wasn't no looting, wasn't no rioting for food. Because we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. Since I made that video about everybody not talking to news media, which I seen some of y'all talking to news media, but whatever. So many people have DM'd me with ideas and GoFundMes and resources that I can give to everybody. If you DM me and you need food, I have so many resources that people have DM'd me to provide help. And people have started local food pantries. People have started giving out, just leaving food on their driveway. Literally, people have just been put buckets of food out on their driveway and just for people to take. People were giving out food at Halloween. It's just a beautiful thing to see. And I'm really proud of my people for maintaining our composure, even though they sitting there making AI videos of us not doing it. They are so desperate they have to make AI videos of us looting and stuff like that. They can't even find a real video because it's not happening. And I'm very proud of us. I'm very proud of us for not doing what they think that we're going to do. We're not who they say we are.
Donald Trump doesn't care about poor people. A statement that we all can agree is true, which is why it's really confusing that his base, which is MAGA, are mainly poor people. The Trump administration sent out a memo to groceries and grocery stores telling them they cannot provide or offer discounted goods to those people who have lost their SNAP benefits. The USDA sent out a memo to several grocers around the country who had planned to offer discounted produce and discounted goods to those recipients who have lost SNAP, telling them that they cannot treat SNAP recipients any differently, they cannot price things differently, and that they had to offer things at the regular price. This comes at the same time that Donald Trump threw a elaborate, lavish party for Halloween, spending millions of dollars to host people, while millions of people who are mainly in his base lose access to food, all because he doesn't want to guarantee that millions of people remain insured under affordable health care. Do you see how crazy that sounds? I have personally lived in a country that had a dictator that through lavish events, lavish weddings, lavish parties, where the bulk of the population was living under $1 a day. And where's that dictator now? Not alive. We've seen this time and time and time again, where these people in power, they live a elaborate, lavish life, while people who supported them are living in austerity and destitution. And this is currently happening in America. Donald Trump has the lowest rating amongst white people that he's ever had from his first term until now, until he's been reelected. And I'm like, are people finally waking up to the fact that he doesn't give a fuck about you? It's not just people who look like me he doesn't care about. He doesn't care about poor people in general, because the poor people somehow always have his back. Groceries are higher, gas is higher, expenses are higher, the economy is down, but guess what's not down? Donald Trump's coffers. This is the president that has made billions of dollars since he's come into office.
Apparently, I just came across this video of this white woman complaining that why is it that black people are not complaining about the cost of living? Why are black people not complaining about the revocation of the SNAPs, the EBT, and the complaints, the general complaints that she was having towards the black survival, especially when people are going through these difficult economic times in the United States. And that really made me think of a lot of things. And that proved to me how black people are a group of resilient people, are a group of people that have planned themselves. Most of the time, when people come and say that black people are not organized, black people are not well planned, let me tell you, they don't just go out there and tell everyone how planned they are. They have organized themselves. And from where did they learn this type of life? America itself taught them how to live this way. Because when you live in a system that you don't trust, it means that you have to prepare yourself. You have to put yourself first. And black people learned to put themselves first. On the contrary, white people had everything given to them by the system that was there initially. And so you understand that when the United States is collapsing right now, and we can all see that, and because this is inevitable, this is something which is happening, right? So when this is happening, you get to see that the people that depended on the safety nets that were given to them, including welfare, but at the back of their mind, they thought that black people are the one who depended on all these welfares, but they didn't understand the psychology behind black people getting organized. So when I was trying to see these white women asking, why is it that black people are not complaining about the food stamps and, the revocation of all these things that benefited people? Because at the back of their mind, they believed that black people highly depended on this. Same way goes to the narrative of Nebraska farmers, Texas white farmers, because they were asking themselves, why is it that black people are not complaining about this? But the truth, you know the truth, and I've just told you. So brothers and sisters, as you know, I'm your host and presenter Agent Stories. If you're watching me for the first time, I'm asking you to please subscribe to the channel, join the membership. I really get to work and offer you. For those always coming back and watching my videos, man, I'm really, really grateful for the support that you are giving me. All I want to do is that I just want to let you watch the video, and then I'll be coming back. I'll be sharing my thoughts in regards to this. So brothers and sisters, buckle up for this one. I'll be back with my thoughts and commentary.
So I'm about to get on America's head right now. Y'all know this, right? So I just did a live and we was talking about EBT, and I just was, because I was absolutely thrown off at how soft America has gotten when it comes to these benefits. First of all, in my opinion, I feel like when it comes to people who are disabled and who are elders, they're not even in this conversation because we know that they need our help. But you grown motherfuckers, the ones that's picking up their phone crying about losing their stamps and in long lines of you able-bodied people getting food at these pantries. Here's my thing. Where are y'all survival skills at? Like, seriously. When y'all be at these grocery stores, you do know that we could tell who has stamps and who doesn't. We not trying to count your coins and nothing like that, but we could see that because it's kind of like, okay, wait a minute. That buggy is filled to the brim. Snacks, juices, chips, garbage. We don't see we see it. We don't be staring, but we see you. So how is it that it took for one day for you all to get a threat that y'all stamps was getting cut off? Now y'all in mayhem, so you don't have no flour, you don't have no bread, you don't have no eggs, you don't have no sugar, you have no canned goods, you don't got no frozen vegetables, you don't got no deep freezer if you got multiple kids. Like, where do you all know how to cook? Do y'all even cook anymore? I'm a millennial, okay? Grew up with a mother who was a single mother who had 2 kids. Granted, we had my grandmother, so yeah, we had a little bit of help. We had a community, but that's beside the point. We never went hungry. I was a little chubby little kid. We wasn't missing no meals. My mama got food stamps. We used to get the paper food stamp. But see, back then, the difference is it wasn't a flex to get food stamps. People used to be embarrassed to get food stamps. Y'all be pulling out that EBT card like it's a black card from American Express. Y'all don't be buying the things that could be lasting in y'all house for days, weeks, months, years. We do got a contingency fund, and apparently they say that Trump has to release some of those funds so that way it could cover SNAP benefits. We don't even have enough, so all of y'all not gonna get all y'all benefits. So what y'all gonna do then? We've been telling y'all for a long damn time, years, even before Biden got in office. We gotta be prepared for whatever is to come. Please use this as a lesson. I'm not here to beat up on y'all, but y'all gotta learn some survival skills. Y'all need to know how to make multiple meals out of the ingredients that you're buying at these stores. Because if you keep giving the government the power to feed you, also giving them the power to starve you and your kid. I'd suggest that you learn how to start taking some lessons from the Amish, learn how to take some lessons from our elders, see what you could do in order to start getting food that's going to last you for some time. Stop buying that junk, because for one, it's not good for you, it's not good for your kids, and it don't last worth a damn. Please take this as an opportunity to learn this as a lesson that anything could happen. You could be cut off at any time. Proper preparation prevents poor performance as well as starvation. Do better.
Dear nieces and nephews, if a news station comes up to you and they want to interview about losing your SNAP benefits, decline the interview. If I see you on a news station, I'm going to find you and we're going to have us a good old come to Jesus moment with Auntie. They are using us. They want to make the narrative that Black people are so worried about losing SNAP benefits, like we are the ones who get the most in SNAP benefits, and we're not. White women are. And the people who are going to crash out when November 1st happens, and they can't swipe their card and it says insufficient funds on their cards, are going to be the white folk, not the Black folk, because we used to struggling. We used to struggle. We used to going to the church and getting food. We used to having community and people having a garden and showing up and making sure that families don't go without. These other people ain't used to that. They're not about that life. So they're going to be the ones, not just saying that we ain't going to hurt, but we know how to navigate these waters. They've never had to do it before. So when they crash out, they're going to want to blame it on Black folks. So don't give them the ammunition by you being all up on the news talking about some, oh yeah, I'm going to go steal, I'm going to go do this. No, you're not. Because we got our people.
So the administration has just announced that they will comply with the federal judge that is forcing them to pay SNAP benefits. And in response, they are throwing out some crumbs. They have decided to pay SNAP benefits partially. Let me be clear. They have the funds, they have the authority, and they have the ability to fully pay SNAP benefits for the month of November and an entire year moving forward if they wanted to, but they don't. And at the same time, they are sending out a letter, I'll include it at the end, from the USDA to remind stores that they are not allowed to treat SNAP beneficiaries any different than anybody else coming into the store. So if somebody is starving, if they don't have enough food for their family, and an independent store wants to offer SNAP recipients buy one, get one free, or free dessert with your purchase, or an extra meal a week, they will be in violation of federal law. Even under an emergency situation, they are telling retailers that they should not give more to people who are starving than people who have enough food to throw in the garbage.
There are far too many people on SNAP benefits. 42 million? That's a ridiculous number. And it shouldn't be on the taxpayer to make sure those people are able to eat. It shouldn't be the job of the federal government to make sure 42 million people are able to eat. It should be the job of their employers. But Republicans are right. There are too many people on SNAP benefits. However, the solution to that is a living wage. Amazon, Walmart, McDonald's pay their employees a living wage, and then the taxpayer doesn't have to subsidize their poor salaries, because that's what's happening. The taxpayer isn't paying for lazy people who don't want to work to be able to eat. They're paying for lazy corporations who don't want to pay their employees a living wage. Greedy corporations. That's what we're paying for. We're subsidizing Walmart and Amazon and McDonald's and every other corporation that lobbied for years to keep the minimum wage where it is, so they don't have to pay their employees, because they know the taxpayer is going to make up that difference.
The Trump administration has officially reached a new all-time low. The Trump administration has already refused to use emergency funds to help Americans get their SNAP benefits for the month of November, so many local grocery stores have been offering discounts for those who typically use SNAP benefits when they were available. Now, those grocery stores are receiving an email from the Department of Agriculture on behalf of President Trump, letting them know they are not being fair and treating everyone equally and should not be supplying discounts to those who usually require SNAP. So now not only is the president being sued by 25 states for not providing SNAP benefits, even though he has the emergency funds to do so, he is being forced to provide them anyway in the few states that are winning, and is now threatening grocery stores. I just do not understand how American citizens can watch the Trump administration bully people that need the most help in our society, and y'all still stand here and cheer for him? Get a fucking grip.
Of course, there's a catch. Partially funded SNAP benefits. That's the decision from the Trump administration. Their attorneys let the federal judge in Rhode Island know today that we hear you, so we're going to partially fund the SNAP benefit program because we looked at our budget and we just can't afford the whole amount, because they're refusing to tap into the emergency reserve at the USDA. Now, we're not going to get into the who's, whys, or buts of what they may or may not have done with that emergency fund. I've seen other creators do that. Go check them out. But partially funding SNAP benefits. Okay, so people are going to get something, but when? Great question. They don't know. They went on to say, well, because we have to adjust the amount and we have to do it state by state, it could take weeks or months for people to get their benefits. So even though this seems like a bit of a win, it really isn't. People are still going to go hungry. There is an emergency fund that's supposed to be in place to cover this full amount, but the administration doesn't think that they can legally tap into it. They can. It's been done in other shutdowns, so I don't know what's going on there. And not suspicious at all. This comes, a couple days after Walmart, one of the big donors to you-know-who's campaign and supporters of his, had said something about, guys, you gotta fund SNAP. So that's where we are today.
Man, it's a good day in society, fellas. They cut the food stamps. Coochie right back to being $40 again, man. Yep. So go on, get your wallets ready. Go on, get ready for the hey big head text. Go on, get ready for the I ain't seen you in a while stranger. Just get ready for all them type of text messages. This is the moment we all been waiting for. Government assistance and made these women feel like they don't need a man in the household. And now they about to see how much they actually need a man around. Yep, coochie about to be a lot cheaper now, man. Y'all tap in, y'all get ready.
This funky bandit is giving super predator. I don't care what anybody says. If you are rejoicing that potentially some children are not going to have food, or that some mothers are going to be in a dire or a destitute state, and you're like, oh yeah, coochie about to only be $40. First of all, $40 don't stretch nowhere. That's why y'all became passport bros, because y'all that little funky $40 y'all will go to Thailand to get to pay for a lady boy, or y'all went to the impoverished third world countries. That's the only way the $40 is going to go. As expensive as groceries are today, you're going to have to come with add some zeros to that, first and foremost. Second of all, you got to be low down, trifling, and just a piece of trash. Very uninteresting personality in the gutter with nothing to offer if you need a woman to be broke, busted, disgusted, and destitute in order for you to have a chance. It speaks a lot to your character, and it speaks a lot to who you are, and it speaks a lot to your predatory nature. I don't care what anybody says, it's giving super predator, okay? Super predator. This is utterly insane. And women getting assistance did not take the men out of the home. I'm so sick of y'all saying that. Shouts out to Cynthia G. Cynthia G called down to the welfare office one day. I saw it. I called her live, and she asked, like, oh, if you have an open case, or if you're getting benefits, does that mean that your husband can't live with you, or your significant other can't live with you? And they said no. If that was happening, I feel like that went out the window in the 60s. It probably was only a good 10 years where you literally could not have a partner living in a house with you to receive government assistance. At the end of the day, you can receive assistance. You just can't make over a certain amount. I guess the median income in a household has to be a certain amount. And who would choose to be on public assistance versus being with a man that they're in love with, that's supportive of them, that's going to help them take care of the children? I don't know anybody that would have kids and be like, oh, F my baby daddy. I'd rather, he's a hardworking man that's going to contribute to the household and pay bills and pay rent and pay the overhead, pay the mortgage, but I'd rather go and get some SNAP. That's a damn lie. That is a lie and a scam and a scheme that Todd set up. Women would much rather be in a household with a man that is going to help her raise and rear the children versus that's actually financially providing versus being in the government. Like, come on. I just cannot. Super predator, super predator, super predator. This is just gave me a bad taste in my mouth. Corey Holcomb said that too. He love a broke bitch because he could afford her and he can control her with a couple of dollars. Y'all stay woke. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. $40.
Racism expensive as hell. And a lot of y'all about to find out November 1st when you lose your SNAP benefits. I've been seeing these videos. I'm like, why are people making fun of people not being able to eat? Is that where we at now? Like, I've been seeing people, what you do with last month's benefits? So we at the human beings mocking other human beings for not being able to feed their families phase. How the fuck did we get here? And then I realized the people making those videos seriously thought that only black and brown people was going to be affected by this. I saw one dude say,
"Hey, LaQuisha, calm down, okay? They're not cutting off the SNAP benefits for November, all right? But be honest, you're still going to go out and steal, aren't you?"
It's crazy because the people who use these benefits the most, Chad, look like you. White people, 37%. It's insane that the system that y'all try to demonize the most, y'all benefit from the most. Because y'all have been fed historic lies and then y'all continue to tell historic lies. Y'all were told the lie that black people are the laziest when black people literally built this country, not just with their hands, but with the products that came from their hands. Tobacco, cotton, generational wealth was built off the blood, sweat, and tears and labor of black people, yet we are demonized the most. Generational wealth that black people don't even see to this day. Then you went to immigrants. You said immigrants are nothing more than rapists and they don't contribute anything to society. They contribute billions with a B. That ain't even counting agriculture, construction, all the other things that they do. Then y'all say, well, I just don't want illegals. Illegals shouldn't be having SNAP benefits. They don't even get benefits. So that leaves y'all. 37% of y'all are about to lose y'all benefits November 1st. Again, it's easy to fool racists when the lie is based in racism. Lyndon Johnson said, if you can convince the poorest white man that he is better than the best black man, he will empty out his pockets for you. Example. This, because y'all really thought starting November 1st that black and brown people was going to be in these streets struggling the most. It's going to be y'all. Because black and brown people, honestly, historically have been used to struggling because of a lot of y'all. But I don't think y'all are used to the struggle that's coming. And it's unfortunate because it didn't have to be this way. But I will say this, in order for us to fix where we at, y'all got to feel where we at. Y'all have to feel the repercussions of your decision. Because the craziest thing about all this is that the person taking away your SNAP benefits, your ability to feed yourself and your family, not only looks like you, he ain't never even had to use the benefits he about to take from you. Racism expensive as fuck.
Red states out here telling folks to pray on an empty stomach like it's a diet plan from Jesus himself. So you know that SNAP benefits, food stamps, are no longer available to millions of families in red states, right? Meanwhile, blue states over here doing community service, pulling funds together and making sure that people can still feed their children. But the red states, they said, no, you just need to pray about it and God will provide. Like that new meal plan is the Holy Spirit in a glass of water. Imagine being told to pray while your stomach sounds like a thunderstorm in surround sound. You can't even tell me America not ghetto. Blue states, they over here feeding people. But the red states act like they're hosting a Hunger Games sequel. May the odds be in your pantry's favor. Don't forget, while you're trying to stretch noodles into a gourmet meal, your president was giving himself an extravagant party at Mar-a-Lago. I'm talking shrimp, steak, and even dancers with no hips. Like a buffet sponsored by your tax dollars. But hey, you keep praying. Maybe one of those angels in Republican heaven will DoorDash you some groceries. In America, this is what freedom looks like in 2025. The freedom to suffer, the freedom to struggle, and the freedom to thank Republican Jesus for crumbs. Because apparently in red states, poverty is a test of your faith. not a policy failure. But hey, how y'all feeling? Y'all tired of winning yet? Cause from where I'm standing, it looks like people are winning the Hunger Games, but losing dinner.
So the government's shut down. SNAP benefits were not distributed this month. Federal employees have not been paid in a month. And it's Christmas next month. Sephora's out here they have commercials mocking people who don't want to spend a bunch of money on Christmas. They're building a ballroom and a bunker, and the president had a lavish 1920s themed gala party the night before 42 million people lost their SNAP benefits. Why aren't more people upset about this? He redid a bathroom and made it all marble, and now they're doing a ballroom and partying while people are starving. I don't understand how more people aren't upset about this. I don't understand how there are people defending this. I just don't understand.
So more people are wondering why Black people aren't completely freaking out on the idea of losing their public assistance like Section 8, SNAP benefits, and Medicaid. And please understand, some are, because if they have children, they're going to wonder how they're going to supplement feeding them and the medical care that they so desperately need, and of course housing. But you got to go back to the beginning and remember that when these programs first started, Black people were not allowed to get them. They would not give them. The government would not give these programs or these supplements and public assistance to Black people. They refused. And of course, going through everything, and once we started getting them, one of the things they would do is find any excuse to try to take them off of those programs by sending inspectors to the Black homes that received public assistance. Even my own husband speaks of when he was a child, and his mother, who was a seamstress, she would, sew on the side, make dresses, and do all kinds of things to make extra money. And when the inspectors came by, she would have to hide her toaster, she would have to hide her sewing machine, because they felt that if you could afford any of these things, you didn't need to have public assistance. So they could take you off of public assistance. So my main point is that Black people have never totally relied on these programs to live. We have always worked under the table, had a side hustle, whether it's cook dinners, sew, clean houses, drive people around, whatever it was, we always had a side hustle. And that is just basic. So even though Ronald Reagan did everything he could to sell the idea of the welfare queen, because if they painted Black people as abusers of the system, then it made sense to be able to try to dismantle these programs, because racism is expensive. We don't have universal health care. We don't have universal free college education, because if they have to give it to Black people, they know that white people will feel resentful and be okay with certain cuts being made. And it's not until they realize that these cuts are being made to them as well do they realize what they're losing. Hence the No Kings protests. But just know, Black people have never totally relied on these programs. We have always had a side hustle. So racism is expensive. Remember that.
I'm gonna put on my best anchor voice for this, okay? ABC News reports Black communities across U.S. take part in economic protests against big retailers. What the fuck I told y'all? Pastors Charlie Dates and Jamal Bryant discuss how they are encouraging the Black communities to spend their dollars with dignity and what they call spend in the Black, and pressure big retailers to enact change. Again, what the fuck did I tell y'all? You see, I should go and unblock those people that were trolling me, that were taking clips of my videos saying that, oh, withholding our money is not actually effective. We need to get out into the streets and potentially get pew-pewed. Because look at this. And let's be honest, these pastors are only riding the wave because us little people already started it. I'm about to read off to you guys a little part of an email that I received from one of the luxury retailers that I used to shop with, but have since, decreased on because we're saving and holding those funds. I'm going to include the email somewhere in this video. Dear valued luxury enthusiast, we have noticed that many of our esteemed customers, like yourself, have made a purchase with us but have not revisited our platform since. Your experiences is incredibly important to us, and we would love to hear about your journey here at Censor. Your insights will play a crucial role in shaping the future of our services. And as incentive, right, to help them get us back, they're offering us $100 promo code for our next purchase. Here's the email right here. Right here. If y'all want to pause so you can read it, go ahead. But you think that they would be sending me some shit like this if they wasn't feeling it? I told y'all last week the CEO of Target reached out to Al Sharpton of all people to try to see if he can get us back. They need our fucking money. They need the coins. They need black people to overspend. They need black people to overspend. It's because of the black dollar that brands that were literally facing extinction like Cadillac can still exist today. It's because of the black dollar. They need that shit. They need it. Don't ever make them think, don't ever let them play in your face and make them think that your coins don't mean nothing, baby. It means everything to them. It means everything to them. So yeah, don't go out into the streets. Don't protest. Let your voice be heard from behind your phone, but from behind your screen like I'm doing. And hold your fucking funds. Pour into yourself. Pour into your community. That's how we're going to win this battle. That's how we're going to win this battle. And anybody who wants to join after seeing what that other side is like and is going to stay in line, come on. We love the numbers. We're not racist. We're not discriminating. We're all about inclusion over here.
So I heard that black men are making videos excited and happy and full of glee because black women are losing benefits, losing their SNAP benefits, and maybe won't be able to feed their children. So because that woman can't feed their children, in their minds, the black man, they're going to come crawling to them and put up with their garbage just so they can feed their children. Well, sir, if she didn't put up with your garbage when she was dating you to feed her children, what makes you think she's going to put up with your garbage now? Because she's not getting SNAP? Do you not know that black women are some of the most resourceful women in this country? You don't know that? Do you not know that we ain't putting up with that? Do you not know that some black women will choose to bear over you? If you're not bringing anything to the table, what makes you think you have a right to sit at that black woman's table? Now, some of you men who are excited about it probably got kids by a black woman that you're not supporting that is on SNAP. Make it make sense. Tupac said it best. You'll hate the ladies that make the babies if you don't respect us the way you should. They are hating black women now because we ain't putting up with your crap. There's not a black woman that should be desperate enough to give up their honeypot for some food. We black women, we should never be that desperate. We are resourceful. We can do whatever we put our minds to. You don't need that trifling Negro to feed your children. Let them make videos. Let them think that we'll be so desperate that we're going to come crawling to them to help feed our children. Let them think that while we prove them wrong. Because nothing is sicker than the black man who's supposed to be the head of the family excited because the family may be in peril. That's wild. That's mad behavior. And if that's how black men want to act, the ones that's doing that, let them. We just keep moving on. We'll leave them back there while we move ahead. We don't need them.
White America loves telling black America that we're the ones using food stamps. Excuse me, I'm in Oregon. Oregon is fantastically white. And let me tell you how poor Oregon is. I'm in a town called Roseburg, right? These people poor as shit. I literally have to lower the prices of my products to make sure people can actually afford it. I'm donating my animals as a farmer, a black farmer who's been historically discriminated against. I'm donating my animals to charity so that they can eat. Because their food banks are running dry. But they love telling you that we're the ones using up all the freaking food stamps. No. Oregon serves as proof. Oregon is white as shit, and yet Oregon is one of the most food stamp using states in the whole damn country. And in fact, 1 in 6 Oregonians use SNAP. And this white ass, racist ass state, Oregon, ranks 3rd in the nation when it comes to SNAP usage. So Black America, don't you let them
Hello brothers and sisters, welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you are doing great from whatever you watching me from. I'm your host and presenter Agent Stories. Well, as I was trying to narrate to you in the beginning of the video, remember when I said that the United States has conditioned, but this is on the positive side, has conditioned black people to be prepared for the worst. These are a group of people that believe that something worst can happen at any time. And so you find themselves, they have planned, they are practicing to have community, that system that can sustain, that can support the black community. So if you try to understand where black people come from, they come from a place that they have ever been betrayed. There is so much disillusionment going on in the United States today. The trauma that the black ancestors lived with has made them learn from the mistakes that the ancestors did. And so you understand that these are a group of people that are coming with strategies, that are just going out there, moving with the flow. They have planned themselves and they know every move they are making. It's like a chess game. On the board, you need to know your next move, because one time you wake up in the morning, you get knocked down with anything. You understand that Mr. Donald Trump today, he behaves according to his emotions. He doesn't behave according to logic. From the recent pollings that we've heard, you've seen him lose. We don't know what he's gonna be he's gonna be waking up with. Maybe he's gonna be, crushing something. The other time, he crushed crypto badly, right? So you understand that black people of the United States are a group of people that have lived in a situation that require some preparedness, a great preparedness. And so these are a group of people that are moving mathematically. They are calculating every move that they are making. And so when we see a lot of white people come out to ask, why is it that black people are not complaining about the revocation of all these stamps, food stamps, and the welfare help that, they got, all these things? They are asking themselves the question. It is because this is a system. They have learned from a system that have mastered how to fend for themselves. Black people have been fending for themselves since time immemorial. And if you want to know that this is true, this has put them in front of everyone else, because they're a group of people that you give them opportunity, they're going to make something great out of it. And that answers you. When slavery ended, you understand that white people were so much afraid because they were seeing the growth that black people were making. The industries were growing so much fast. The black banks and all this stuff were growing so much fast. Why are you adding? I'm having some mosquitoes trying to disturb my talk. Right. So these were a group of people that they were moving super fast. And that's what you need to understand. Another factor that I also talked about is resilience. Resilience. I've never seen anybody who is resilient more than a black person. Black Americans are #1 resilient people. Ask me why. Because all of those things that they have gone through after emancipation, after Jim Crow, they left black people. And so black people started life and they had to fend for themselves. Without knowing anything, with all those 500 years of educational disparity, with those all 500 years that white people had from the head start, black people had to figure out to start from scratch through all those conditions and find the best possible ways. And they still went ahead and beat white people in their own game. Tell me if these people are not resilient. They are resilient because they have mastered the hard way. They have mastered the best possible ways to be successful. In as much as even today the wealth disparities, it is still there. Trust me, even at this level, seeing billionaire black people, really, it's something which is so much motivating because we understand that some of white folks have received generational wealth. They have inherited generational wealth. But we have a black person right now who is working so much hard to make that generational wealth, the wealth that will be transferred to their families which are coming, something which was not there. And this is something that I want to commend black people for, because it is not a joke. Just being a black person itself, it's not a joke. Understanding where black people came, it is not a joke. Trying to make both ends meet in a society where you have to be white or you have to look certain kind of way. And so you understand all these dynamics that comes into play in the United States. I hope we all get to learn. So for the white woman, it was so interesting that for the white woman who was trying to ask why is it that she's not seeing black people complaining about all these things? Well, I hope I've given her the answer. So, probably you have something to tell me. Please let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Most probably, I really want to know what you feel and think about this. I'm your host and presenter Agent Stories. If you're watching me for the first time, or if you're coming across this channel for the first time, maybe by luck, you've seen it on your desktop, your TV, or over your phone, and you've decided to click the video, I want to say thank you and welcome to the channel. I hope you'll get to learn, So brothers and sisters, until then, let me see you on my next video. But until then, peace, love, and harmony. Salute.